Good evening and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. It's Tuesday evening and that means it's GTMC. It's round 10 and we're at Brands Hatch. It's the final round, guys. This is where it's all been accumulation of like 10 weeks of racing for these guys. It's all come to this. It's all come to the last and final round. I'll get through the table in a minute, but we'll just have a quick look. There's been a couple of people, well, a couple of people I've seen in the Discord. Liam said he couldn't make this evening, so it'll be interesting. The turnout so far isn't super, but I'm sure they'll come. Obviously Koikarp won't be able to make it because he's still got his PS4 woes. Save Koikarp, no man should be without a PS4. Get the movement moving, guys. Movement. We need to find this man a PS4 and we need to find it in quick. Get him back into the racing. So far we've got Elevate on track. He's done the fastest. Skyjacker's just popping out the pits. Kale is in attendance, third fastest. Oh, Bar Blixen is standing in. Oh, for Psycho Sheep. That's Psycho Sheep's car, isn't it? I thought he was standing in for Stigman, but no, Stigman's there. It was my mistake. No, Psycho Sheep. So Bar Blixen just gone fastest. We're at the excuse me. So Brands Hatch Indy, isn't it? No, GP. So yeah, we're practicing, I believe, the GR3s at the moment. Sorry, I was trying to find the car. I usually can go to Home 6 Porsche and definitely know because his livery is different for obvious GR3s. So here we are, last round. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I don't know, something maybe amused me. My lack of knowledge about things really is shocking, I guess. So I'm just fanny-arsing around on my phone and not paying attention. Bar Blixen's gone fast. It's a 123.1 around the Brands Hatch GP track. I'll get to the table in a minute. I'll just lay in the room for a bit. I'm trying to put the link for the broadcast up into Discord if you're a Discord member and you want to catch it. I'll slip it into that. Just ease it in there. If I put it in the general chat, if you're not part of a group, I suppose then you can... Do you know what? Spank me. Someone's already done it. So, here we go. I'm all yours. I've done all the admin stuff. I've said the welcome in. I'm just going to take a sip of my drink. And then we're going to talk about round 10 of the GTMC. It's the last one, guys. I don't know what's going to be taking its place on Tuesday, so I haven't heard any whispers or rumours. So it might be a blank space. You approach the admins with an idea, and I'm sure they'll be happy for you to run with it. But at the moment, let's get the GTMC out of the way. We have Bar Blixen, who has gone fastest with the 22.6. I have one of them. Whoosh, Bar Blixen. And we have Elevate, just going past Bar Blixen. Elevate. I'll tell you what, this is probably a good time to start going through the table, see where these guys are. Now that they're starting to fill up. Let me just get the race pad warmed up. Try not to do it. There's only 2 people on track. Oh, that's alright. I think we're going to GR4 practice now. Yeah, but it's a normal amount of people that are usually here. I think 9. Yeah, 9 people. It's just Liam, I think, that we're missing, and obviously Psycho Sheep, but he's got a sub with Bar Blixen. No one's entered yet. I can't go to the track to watch. Elevate's entered. We'll sit in his car. So, the table, as it stands, is in first place, Stigman. with 347 points. Then in second place, Homesick Alien, even though he had a bit of a rough round at the last one. Let's have a look. We can call out their rounds while we're doing them. So Stigman, who's leading the championship, last time out on round 9, he managed to win the sprint and come third in the feature. All the videos are on our channel of the rounds, so if you want to go back and watch any of the other rounds, feel free. They've been all exciting stuff. I'm not lying to you, I tell you. Been proper exciting. Let's have a look at the Skyjacker out in his Hyundai Genesis. They have not, him and Alpha are both in agreement that they have not enjoyed that car this season and have not managed to find that secret speed out of it. So I think they'll be glad to get this season over and done with and see the back of that Hyundai. I think I know what car they're in next season, but it's not finalised. But what I have seen is really nice. Anyway, I digress. Here we go. First place in the championship for the GTMC2 is Stigman with 347 points. In second place is Homesick Alien, who is on 325 points. In third place is Kale with 321 points. In fourth place is Elevate with 310 points. In fifth place, and Matt Psycho won the feature last week, is Matt Psycho. I gave that away a bit really, with 307 points, so only 3 points behind Elevate. Psycho Sheep, obviously he's not here today, but he was 6th with 304 points. Alpha 7th with 275 points. Liam Anfield is in 8th with 266 points, but he can't make today. Luke in 9th with 247 points. Skyjacker in 10th with 242 points. Koi Carp in 10th with 154 points, and Bob Litsumi only stood in for one round, but he's here again to add to his 47 points. So yes, that's the table. The championship standings is Ferrari are in first with 698 points, the Logistic Nightmare Racing team. Toyota are in second. The HP Wheel Deal team is 644 points, so they're 54 points adrift. In third, the VW2L Motorsports, they're on 559, but they've got no one here to add to those points. Fourth, Hyundai VRC Motorsport, 517 points. In fifth is Porsche VRC Racing, I apologise, it's 479 points. In sixth is Porsche by the Matt Psycho team, 307 points. In seventh is Dodge Team Orica, 40 points. Eighth, Mercedes Cause Light Racing, 35 points. And ninth, Audi Pat, 7 points. So the bottom three don't even take part anymore. So we're at the Indy circuit with the GR4s. We've been sitting on Skyjacker's car for a while. Let's have a move around. We've got Kale heading the field with a 47.1 whoosh in the HP Wheel Deal team. That's the Toyota 86. They've got some wins. Kale's had a few wins. I think he's had more than one at least. I'm just checking my iPad. No, I lie. He's had one win feature at the feature race at round 4, which was Spa. But he's had good finishes this season so far. Obviously, because he's third in the championship. Yeah, he's had a 4th and a 5th in round 1, 11th and 3rd round 2, 10th and 2nd in round 3, 4th and 1st in round 4, 4th and 2nd in round 5, 10th and 9th round 6, 11th and 7th round 7, 9th and 6th round 8, and last week, round 9, he got a 4th and a 2nd, 4th in the sprint, 2nd in the feature. That was at Suzuka. So he'll be looking to try and capitalise on his points, try and jump Homesick. I don't think anyone's catching this man today. I do believe the championship is his. So So there's Elevate. Where did I say he was in the championship? Look, I'm on it today. Elevate is 4th behind his teammate Kale, and he is only 11 points behind his teammate, so he'll be looking to try and get a bit up, maybe take that 3rd place from Kale in the championship. There we're talking. Oh no, Bob Blixen's just gone fastest. That's why when I pressed number 3 it was still Elevate. 4th fastest is Kale, we were just talking about him. 3rd in the championship. There's Skyjacker. Skyjacker's not had a fabulous season. I think his best result was round 2. I think he got 2nd in the sprint race, unless I've written that down wrong. But it's been quite an abysmal season. I don't suppose he wants me talking. Oh, why have I got them still up? Sorry guys, I don't want to see those big numbers above them. 47.3. He's 5th fastest. He's only 2.5 tenths behind the Toyota. He's going faster again. This might be their race. The Hyundais might end on a bang. They might finally have found the track that suits them best. I don't know. But I'll be surprised in any future events with GTMC if someone's going to choose that car, as it has underperformed for most of the season and ripped its tyres apart to add to that. Homesick, 2nd in the championship. He's 22 points behind Stigman, but he's got to go a long way to overhaul him. I do believe there are drop points, and Stigman did miss a round, so he won't be dropping any points for that round. So it's a long way for Homesick, but 2nd in the championship is very good. Top Porsche driver out the 3 of them. At the moment he's only managing a 47.5, puts him 6.5 tenths off of Barblixen, who's fastest, and 0.167 tenths behind Skyjacker. So moving down the field, the other Porsche driver hasn't set a time yet. Parmalat Porsche looks great. That really is a nice livery. Hats off to you, sir. And the last runner is Alphanut. I thought I counted 9. Alphanut in the pits, and Skyjack's just joined him in the pits. I believe qualifying starts at around about 1/4 past, so we've got another sort of 8-9 minutes of practice for these guys. Any up and coming events I can tell you about is obviously Thursday evenings. We're live broadcasting the WRX Challenge. We've done 2 rounds of that so far, and it's been amazing. First round at Red Bull in the wet, and then no one could stop the cars. There was so much bumping and clattering, but it was still good, fair racing. In the second round, it was a Nürburgring for an endurance race, an hour race, and that was interesting. Everyone's strategies were slightly different. It really did come down to who could look after those tyres and drive the smoothest, and it was a really interesting race. Close battling, even after 1 hour of racing. I think first and second was battling, not first and second, sorry, second and third was still battling with about 7 minutes to go. So, and this Thursday we're racing in the dirt. So, and I've heard whispers from the practice, it's absolute pure organised chaos. It's just beautiful. So you'll have to catch us on Thursday night for the WRX Challenge. That's going to be almost every week is something new that I commentate on, because I'm quite new to doing this, but I've never done that dirt stuff before, so that's going to be wild. You'll have to join us. So Bob Lixon stood in, super sub. He's come in for Psycho Sheep. Apparently Psycho Sheep's child is turning 7, and he wants to be there for it. I'm sure he's not being forced by his wife. I'm sure if all our children turned 7, we'd want to be there for it, not racing. I jest. I wouldn't be allowed to do this if one of my kids was turned. Hang on. One of my kids' birthdays is on a Thursday, coming soon. That's going to get in the way of WRX. We're going to have to start smoothing up to the wife for that. See if we can get online. get on air. So Bob Lixham is leading, still with the 46.8. He's 1/10 ahead of Elevate in second, who's on a 46.9. Stigman closely behind Elevate, he's 200ths off Elevate's time with a 46.980. Behind them, Kale, he's only 700ths off of Stigman. The South Africans are doing well on the British track. Hey, get off my land. Get off my land. You can't come here. You can't come here and do that. My word. We're British, don't you know? I don't know. They come to our country. They put fastest lap times in. It's disgraceful. Fifth, fastest Brit, shall we say, is Matt Psycho in the Porsche with the 47.1. These are the GR4 cars practicing on Brands Hatch Indy. Oh, he's out wide. The cameraman can't even put the camera out that wide. Doesn't turn that much, Matt. You're going to have to stay on the track. Oh yeah, get that one. He's on every single bit of dirt. I don't even think he's in the WRX challenge, but it looks like he's practicing for it. Matt, you know you want to. Join us. So Matt Psycho, fastest Brit. He's only 700ths behind Kale. He's done a 47.1. He's a tenth, nearly 2/10 ahead of the next Porsche driver, which is Homesick, which we should see the Texaco. We're going to see a bit of sideways. Lovely. Someone else is practicing for Thursday. Everyone's got the bug for WRX. I know I've been going on about it, and this is the GTMC. It's a totally different series. We should not cross series, but it's got everyone buzzing. It's a real interesting idea. Racing on it's like rallycross, but with them massive Subarus, monsters. So Homesick's just dropped behind everyone. Alpha and Skyjacker, have they just done laps or have they just come out the pits? No, they've done laps. There you go. Alpha has done a 47.2. It's put him 600ths ahead of Skyjacker, 47.2. And now Homesick is the slowest dude. He's practicing his starts. Shall we get in car and have a little start? Go on then, yeah. Whoosh. Do another one. Shall we go on board? Hey up. If I'm quick enough. I missed the first corner. That was good. So, missed Paddock Hill Bend, up Halewood's Hill, around Druids. Here we go, watch me, yo. This is Graham Hill. Get it? Hill? Because it's down into Graham Hill Bend. Nice left-hander. Just loads of curb on the outside there, as much as you possibly can. Going down Cooper Straight. Going through Surtees. Up around McLaren. Then just over the apex we're into Clearways. And then Clark Curve way up. Letting the faster boys past. And onto Brabham Straight. That's just names of British stuff. We could change all that. Paddock Hill Bend, I suppose that is just Paddock Hill Bend. Halewood's Hill. We'll call this Coulthard's Canyon. Going up into Druids. No, we're going really wide on Druids. Doing a bit of a spin and we're parking up. We saw Skyjacker going round onto Druids there, didn't we? Oh, Matt Psycho around onto Druids. Going down towards Damon Hill Bend. Now we're on the BMW Mini Cooper Straight. Going into Surtees and Maserati corner. No, we're doing all spins. Everyone's arsing around. Look, even I'm arsing around. They're arsing around. No one's taking this seriously, are they? I don't think. Come on. This is the final race of the championship, guys. We should all be concentrating. Bob Lixham's taking it seriously. Look, he's not messing about. 46.7. He's not hanging around at all. He's just gone over the line. Done a 47.8. Host is asking if everyone's ready. Kale, he's done a 46.8. He's only a tenth behind. We're going to go into overtaking. Going into qualifying next. We're just asking if we're ready for that. Whoosh. Homesick alien. Oh, which Ferrari is that? Stigman. Thought we had the championship contenders to go. It's Bob Lixon. Thought it was Stigman and Homesick facing off for the championship. Dun, 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 dun. GTMC. So Stigman, Bob Lixon are in the Ferraris. Kel, Elevate are in the Toyotas. We're counting down to qualifying. Homesick, Matt Psycho in the Porsches. Alpha and Skyjacker in the Hyundais. That's everyone, is it? Here we go, and it looks like, was that Bob Lixon? No, it was Stigman won the race to get first on track, then you get rid of that. Show some professionality here. 10 minutes of qualifying, then we're on board with a Stigman, and we're not on board, we're watching him, but we can be on board with him. We can give him a whoosh. Stigman leading the pack around Brands Hatch Indy in the GR4 Ferrari. He's pulled himself a nice little space there. Homesick's behind him. So this is the first time we're going to get. He's just coming round now to the straight, Brabham Straight. Call that Brabham Straight, going up to Paddock Hill Bend. Look at me. I haven't got the track up in front of me with all the corner names on it. Down into Paddock Hill Bend, down into Coulthard's Canyon. Leading up to Druids. It's a tight corner, second gear, just having that accelerator, getting through. Moving on themselves down to Damon Hill's Bender. Onto the BMW Mini Straight. Going through Surtees. Then Brucey. Around to Clearways. Clark Curve. That corner's got like 3 names. And onto Brabham Straight. And he's posted a time of a 47.0. And they're all times are coming in now. Homesick 47.3. Elevate was a 47.0. Alpha Knot a 46.7. Alpha Knot was a great time. Bob Lixon's was a great time at 46.6. Skyjacker 46.8. They've really put Stigman's time to shame. Sorry, Stigman, I was holding you as the marker. So we've got Bob Lixon. He's done a 46.6. They're still setting times. Ooh. Matt Sarko must have had a spin on his fastest lap as a 1:11. So Bob Lixon a 46.6 lays down the marker. Alpha Knot 46.7, only nearly 2 tenths behind Bob Lixon's time. Skyjacker is only 600ths with a 46.857. Stigman's put another time in. He's put himself into second. Homesick's in second. He's pipped Stigman's time, so Homesick with a 46.7 ahead of Stigman's 46.771, and now Skyjacker has gone third. This is going to be amazing. This is going to be hard to keep track of. Kale has now gone second fastest with a 46.6. So far, no, Matt Psycho has now been able to put a time in of 47.2, but only puts him at the back. So Bob Lixon, Kale, Homesick, Skyjacker, Stigman, Alpha Knot, Elevate, Matt Psycho. Whew! That was manic, wasn't it? Hey, that was crazy. It was 7 minutes. Oh, out wide there for Kale. We're watching Kale. Sorry, Stigman's done a 46.7. Still only good for fourth though. Behind the Alien, Alpha Knot's done a 46.7. That's put him in fourth. Ahead of Stigman by 100ths. He's only 200ths behind the Porsche for Homesick Alien. Oh my. So Bob Lixon, no one can get near his time. He's cemented that 46.602. Kale's trying though, a 46.693. Matt Psycho's done a 47.1. He's chipping away at Elevate's time down here in 7th. Elevate did a 46.893 last time round, and Matt Psycho did a 47.1. So he's just got to get into the 46ers, and then he's playing. Barblixen then, still up ahead with the 46.6. Kale coming round now. Clearways and Clark Curve, Loudon Straight. Let's see what time Kale can do. Is he going to beat him? No, 50 was worse, wasn't it? Sorry. So, who's just set time? Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho's come off at the 8th spot. Let's put Elevate down into last by a 10th. And he's 200ths off of Skyjacker, who is in 6th. Push Matt Psycho. Our feature race winner from the last round. So Stigman's gone faster again. He's gone in 2nd place with a 46.628. That's only 200ths off. But then Barblixen's gone faster with a 46.567. So now he's put himself 600ths faster than Stigman. Stigman's up again by 900ths. It's enough to put him on pole. We'll keep an eye. If we can do it. Just coming down to the straight. We're gritting our teeth. We're watching that time. No, he hasn't done it. So, Barblixen, he's just gone faster again. Alphanut's done a 46.5. Barblixen's just done a 46.460. Alphanut there with a 46.533. He must have been on pole for milliseconds. He must have been on pole for... We've got 4 minutes left of qualifying, everybody. In 3rd place, Stigman with a 46.628. Done on his 6th lap. Kale there in 4th. He's still... His 3rd lap's his fastest with a 46.693. Very close on his last lap with a 46.699. Homesick down in 5th. His 3rd lap was his fastest with a 46.712. His last lap was a 46.956. He's so close. He's only 100ths off of Cal's time. And he's 400ths ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker's coming round now. He's done a 47.2. He's got more in it than that. He knows he has. So Matt Psycho, still in that 7th place. He's 200ths down on something. He did a 46.966 last time round. Has he got some more in there? Watching him cross the line. I don't think he has. No. Oh, yes. He did a 46.756. Let's put him ahead of Skyjacker by 2,000. Yes, 2,000ths. Wow, that's nothing, is it? Where's Skyjacker's time? 46.758 to Matt Psycho's 46.756. Nothing in it. Homesick. Still holding that 5th place. Elevate has just gone 2nd fastest. With a 46.531. Kale has just taken it off of his teammate with a 46.508. Wow, where are they finding this time from? I know the cars are getting lighter each lap. So Barblixen looks like he's dragging Stigman round now, playing the tow game. And why not? Barblixen's got the pace. Homesick's just done a 46. Oh, Barblixen, Alphanut has taken pole off of 46.386. Stigman's done a 46.5. That's still only good enough for 5th. The big story today is where in the hell did that Hyundai find that pace? That's all we can ask. Wow, well done, Alphanut. Wasn't even meant to be here today. He had family commitments that were postponed last minute. And look, sitting on pole. Barblixen, I'm sure, has got an answer for him. He'll be asking Stigman to tow him round. No. Kale is in 3rd, 46.508. Do you know what? I don't know if I'll give Alphanut one of them because whoosh, he got pole. And that is a feat in itself. Wow. So Alpha, so far, with only 1 minute to go, is your pole sitter. Barblixen holding that 2nd place, still towing his teammate around. Kale is in third with a 46.5. Finding the best out of that Toyota here at the short circuit. In Kent, is it? Elevate fourth with a 46.531. Matt Psycho's gone faster again. He's put himself up 6 ahead of Homesick. Stigman, 46.542 his best lap. He's been trying to get a toe off his teammate, but I don't know if it's helping him get the best out of that Ferrari. But he's so close to Elevate. Matt Psycho's done a fine job there. Skyjacker's put up on second. He's joined his teammate for a Hyundai lockout with only 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2. I shouldn't count because I think there's a lag between YouTube. So that's it. This is their final laps. The one they've got to set their time on whatever lap they're on now. But so far it's Hyundai lockout. The Ferraris have tried, the Toyotas have tried. I don't think the Porsches have got it today. Alpha's come faster again to solidify that pole. Alpha went and set a 46.268. That's a phenomenal pace, that. Skyjacker has finished in second. Qualifying's ended up. Barbalix in third. Kale fourth. Elevate fifth. Stigman sixth. Matt Psycho seventh. Homesick eighth. So that's awful for Homesick's championship effort. But Stigman's also just down there, just in front of him. So it's not the worst. Right, we've got to sort these things out before I forget. So F1 it, we circle it. Oh, we're in an awful place, aren't we? To see the lights. So we might not be able to see the lights, but we will see them move. We're sitting pointing at Alpha Nut's car, and they're off. These Hyundais are good to go. Ferraris are also good. Looks like the Ferrari's got between the Toyotas, so Alpha leading to Skyjacker into the first corner. That's amazing stuff. Barblixham is tucked in behind them. He'll be looking for a way past. He's up the side of Skyjacker, but Skyjacker's got the inside line. Barblixham's gone wide. Stigman's gone up the inside of him. But these two can't race too hard because Barblixham hasn't got anything in this championship, but Stigman is leading it, and it's his to throw away. So Barblixham, Kale is in fifth. Homesick's jumped from the back of the grid up to sixth. Elevate dropped down, and Matt Psycho dropped down. So up ahead then, we've got Alpha pulling a little bit of breathing space away from his teammate. Nearly a second. Whoosh. Skyjacker looks like he's going to be Ferrari fodder soon. We'll just have a look at this. Ooh, in the car, wonderful. So we're sat on board with Stigman, the championship leader. Oh no! Alpha's gone way wide off of the last first corner. Oh no! Heartbreak for Alpha from a hero. Wow! He can come back though. I'm sure he can come back. We're still sat on board with Stigman, chasing the new leader of the race, Skyjacker. It's not too much pressure. Oh, heartbreak, dude. Oh, I can't get over it now. Skyjacker's feeling the pressure from Stigman, and Barblixham is just tucked up behind Stigman. Kale still in fourth, Homesick still in fifth, Elevate in sixth, Matt Psycho seventh. Alpha is at the back of the pack, but he will be coming through like a man on a mission. Ferraris, strict orders not to race each other, so it is a straight fight between Skyjacker and Stigman, with Barblixham, I'm guessing, holding rear guard from Kale and Homesick. What an interesting race, but there Skyjacker's found a little bit of pace. He's found a little breathing space, but it's back down to a 10th again. Stigman is looking for a way past. That Hyundai at the moment is ooh, was there a knock? There was a knock. Oh no. Oh, poor Skyjacker. And I guess Elevate, Stigman's going to wait for him. Wow, that's painful. So Barblixham takes the lead. Elevate is in second. Matt Psycho, where did he come from? Where did Homesick go? Homesick has been overtaken by Kale, but he's coming back at him. They're side by side, going up to Coulthard Canyon. Druids, down to Damon Hill's Bender, and Homesick has taken the lead from Kale, but Kale is not giving him a minute to rest. Homesick's out wide, but Kale's lifted. It might have been Kale, a little knock from Kale. Let's put him there. So up ahead, sorry, we've got Barb Lixham under immense pressure from Elevate. Although, it'll be interesting to see if Barb Lixham's just going to disappear in the distance, or maybe try and slow down the field a little bit for... Stigman's really out of it. Where is Stigman? He's down in 8th. Oh yeah, he's sat behind Skyjacker. So their race continues at the back. Alphanut's up 2 places already, and he's near the back end of Kale now. So it's not all complete disaster, it would seem. Up ahead, we've got Barb Lixham, 6/10 ahead of Elevate. Elevate is 7/10 ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho came from nowhere, didn't he, really? It was a bit of a... must have been something between Kale and Homesick, and it's promoted Matt Psycho up ahead of both of them. Now he's sitting in 3rd place. We've got 11 minutes rest of this race. Oh, Matt, you like to race with your brake bars slightly to the front. So, Kale, where's... oh God, Homesick. Somehow Alpha is still behind Kale, but Homesick's gone, I'm guessing maybe a penalty or wide slightly. Did a 150 on his last lap, and he's ended up behind Kale and a Skyjack, Alphanut. Alphanut continuing his move up the pack. Stigman looks like he's got ahead of a Skyjacker in the end. I missed that one, I apologise. Skyjacker, oh, those Hyundais were leading this race. That's a real kick in the teeth for the Hyundai team, the VRC Motorsports team. It really is. And Skyjacker, obviously, it wasn't any of his fault, the reason why he was back there. And we think Alphanut may have just been pushing too hard into the first corner. So Barb Lixham leading this race by 7/10. His last lap was a 47.1. It's being chased down by Elevate in 2nd in the Toyota 86, being closely followed by Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho will be looking for a way past soon, I think. We've got 9 minutes left of this race, so it's not even close to over. We've only raced like 6 minutes. We've had so much action already. The lead's changed about 4 times. So, we're in board with Matt Psycho. Sat on board, Matt Psycho. Following Elevate, closely following the Toyota of Elevate. Oh, not out there, Matt, not out there. We've got Kale behind us. Oh my, we've got some space on Kale. I didn't really notice the time, but wow. Now Kale, Matt Psycho's found himself in the clutches of Kale, and Kale's through. Will Alphanet get through? We'll start with Matt Psycho. We're on board again with Matt Psycho. We want to be... oh, dear me, what am I doing? I'm coming on board now. We'll go there then. So, nice little bunch up here between Kale, Matt Psycho, Alphanut. Homesick's just a little bit behind us, 1.7 seconds behind. Starting to bunch up. The 2 guys ahead of us, they've got a nice space on the map. I'm keeping an eye out, so we're not missing nothing there. But Alphanut is the man on the move. He's got a mission. So, we're watching car 44, Hyundai, sitting in 5th. He got pole, Alphanut did, and he led this race. What was it, for a couple of laps? Just put a little wheel on onto the kitty litter, and that was it. We saw his ass come right round. Then Skyjacker took over the leads. Skyjacker got a little knock from Stigman. He was off on the last corner. Clearways, maybe, or Clark Curve. So. Blixen is leading. Now he's like 2.1 seconds ahead of Elevate. Elevate has dropped way back from him. He was tagging him for within a second. Those lap times though, they're consistent. What are Blixen's? He did a 46.8. Back into the 47s now. Elevate 2 seconds behind Blixen. We've got 7 minutes virtually left of this race. Kale's found himself in a podium position behind his teammate. Matt Psycho is chasing him down. That was his spot. And he wants it back, he says. Doesn't belong to you. But then Alpha Nut behind them both say, I deserve it because I was fastest when it mattered. So Alpha Nut in 5th, chasing these guys down. At home 6, only a second behind him. But home 6 got issues with Stigman chasing him down. Oh, we're not in car now, are we then? So we're sat on board Stigman in 7th place. We're 3.5 seconds ahead of Skyjacker and only half a second behind the Porsche of Homesick. Up ahead we can see Alpha Nut just going into Paddock Hill Bend and down Coulthard's Canyon, up Hellwoods Hill, round Druids. Down into Graham Hill Bend. Oh, we're looking on the outside on Cooper Straight. This is unbelievable. We're taking him on the outside. Poor Homesick. There was nothing he could. He's still there though. He's still defending his line. But that's it. Stigman. No, Stigman's out wide. Homesick still got it. It's not all over. Homesick's still in 6th place. It says on the board. They're going down Brabham Straight side by side. Homesick's got the defensive line for the corner for Paddock Hill Bend. Oh, beautiful racing from these two. The leader of the championship trying to overtake 2nd place in the championship. This is what it boils down to. Beautiful. And Homesick still got it. He's taking those defensive lines. He's making Stigman go the long way round. And Stigman, it's just, oh, that's it. It's easy in that corner. The Ferrari just has it. It's Graham Hill's Bender, isn't it? And there you go, Ferrari chasing down Alpha, which I'm surprised still hasn't managed to get past Matt Psycho. If anything, he's dropped a bit away from Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho looks like he's coming back at Kale. He's only 7/10 behind him. Blixen still leading this race, ahead of Elevate. Elevate is 4 seconds ahead of Kale, who's in 3rd, who inherited 3rd from Matt Psycho, going quite wide. And having an oof he did. So now he's coming back at him. He's only a second behind Kale. Matt Psycho is a man possessed. He's driving the nuts off of that car, the wheel nuts I mean. I wouldn't be so crude as to mean anything else. Alpha was coming back. He was up Matt Psycho's Jaxie, but it just looks like he's still doing 47.6s. So he's not. Oh, the tyre. Well, the tyre's a little red tip. Oh no, Matt's lovely. It's only that one tyre that's pretty much worn. The Toyotas are barely wearing their tyres. And nor's Blixen. Blixen's not. He's not running away from Elevate. Elevate's 2 seconds behind him. He's doing lovely, consistent lap times. We've got to say, no one's putting a foot wrong here at Brands. It's a very professional-looking race. In 16 car, we have Matt Psycho, 1.4 seconds behind Kale. He did start catching him up, but it looks like Kale's put the foot back down again. He must have been just having a rest. Alpha Nut, 2.1 seconds behind Matt Psycho. Stigman, he's catching him up. He's catching him up. We've got 3 minutes left of this race, virtually. So Stigman is on the move. He's 1 second behind Alpha Nut. Shall we? Oh, what? Sorry, I wanted it to be in car, but I don't know why it doesn't do in car with the other thing. Oh well. So 6th place, sat on board with Stigman. We were racing Homesick. Now we're 3 seconds ahead of the Alien. And we are bearing down on Alpha Nut in the Hyundai Genesis. We're only 6/10 behind him. We've got 2 minutes left of this race. We're just about to start lap 16 because the leaders crossed the line, so yeah, we're on lap 16. No, lap 17, I apologise. We're going into Paddock Hill Bend, down Coulthard's Canyon, up to Druids, via Hellwoods Hill, and we are sitting on the back of this Hyundai. We're almost kissing bumpers, aren't we? Hey? Going down to Graham Hill Bend. This is where we've got this pace. This is where we had it on the Homesick. And we're sitting right up the Hyundai along Cooper Strait. Going through Surtees, McLaren, around Clearways, Clark Curve. We're up the inside. We've got to get out of the car, haven't we? We've got to see this. This looks beautiful. Only 1 minute left of this race. Alpha is still holding it from Stigman. He's got it. They've got the grunt down the straight. There was a little tap there, but we're all right. Everyone survived. Stigman's there on the outsides. Now it's Alpha that has to drive defensive like Homesick we saw earlier. This Ferrari's come to life near the end. We've got a race on here. We've got to quickly look through. Bar Blixham, 1.8 seconds ahead of Elevate. Elevate's in second, 4.5 seconds ahead of KLK's, 2 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho, who's in fourth. And then we're with Alpha Nut and Stigman. Oh, Skyjack has somehow got ahead of Homesick. I apologise, missed that. Homesick's really using his tyres up. And so is Skyjacker. Stigman's tyres, just looks like he's only just put them on. And Alpha's tyres are angry. So this is just a matter for now. One more lap, Alpha, to hold on to this 5th place. And the Ferrari has got shed loads of grip. So it's going to be a big feat. An absolute huge ask from Alpha Nut here. To hold back. I imagine Bar Blitzen's just about to go a lot across the line now. He's going around the last corner now to take the win. I don't want to cut away. He's closely followed by Elevate. There you go, Bar Blitzen takes the win. Oh no, it's the last corner. I thought Alpha Nut had left it open wide. Elevate's taken second, Kale's taken third. Now Psycho's going around to take fourth. And it looks like Alpha Nut held it to take 5th, Stigman 6th. So there's your winner, Bar Blixham, well done. Super sub. Elevate took your 2nd place. That's going to do wonders for him in the championship. Kale luckily finished just the place behind Elevate because he's only like, what, 11 points ahead of him in the championship. So there's your final positions. Here you go, 15-minute race round Brands Hatch Station Indy in GR3 cars, 4 cars. There's Bar Blixham, super sub, standing in for Psycho Sheep, takes the win for the team. Scores his own points, but he does score points for the team. And that was that. Wow, wasn't that fun? Eh? So I'll take you to the results, as I do, to let you guys soak in that, just in case I missed a lot and you can sit there at home or at work or wherever you're cheatingly watching this and pick out the bones of where I went wrong. What a race. I mean, Bar Blixham, he was sitting behind his teammate Stigman for the longest of times. Stigman was doing anything he could to get past them Hyundais that qualified so well. Alpha on pole and Skyjacker on second. We saw Alpha go out to the dirt in second lap, was it, or something? And he had off, went to the back, and then we saw Stigman give Skyjacker a little tap, and that put them two to the back. And then from then on, we just saw the fight back from Stigman, Alpha and Skyjacker. Poor Homesick. Doesn't seem like there was much he could do. He suffered from tyre wear dismally today. Probably a little bit more from than Matt Psycho. I happened to see Homesick at the weekend. We have that kind of relationship, yeah. I'm in with the stars. You know, I have regular text messaging with Skyjacker. And I have personal visits from Homesick. Yeah. I'm in there with the boys, rubbing shoulders with the superstars, as they say. So, get them drinks down, you boys. I'm going to go and have a look at the table, but I saw Homesick, and yeah, I mentioned to him about him and Matt Psycho should team up next season. That'll be a force to be reckoned with. If they decide to continue with the Porsches. And he said he didn't know what to do about this tyre wear. Seems the more he tries to not grind the hell out of his tyres, the more he seems to grind the hell out of his tyres. So he's not a happy bunny at the moment, I think, with how the tyre wear is for him. And I know Skyjacker and Alpha aren't happy bunnies in the Hyundai. I imagine they're even less happier after that race with the pace that they had at the beginning. And Stigman, that wasn't too painful for him, although Kale did finish a lot higher than him, so that could be a problem. Out there at the moment we've got Stigman and Kale. Alpha in the nuts. Alpha in the nuts. Alpha is in the pits. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Alpha is in the nuts. What is going on? Jesus. I'm not going to talk through this bit. I'm going to let you watch the cars. It's going to be about 10 minutes or so before the feature race starts, the GR3 cars around the GP track. So let's see what corner names I can make up for that one. Yeah, because I'm not saying Derek Minter straight. That's going to be someone else. Jason Pluto straight. Anyway, have 10 minutes, guys. A break from my ramblings, and I will return for the beginning of the GR3 40-minute feature race. Hello again, good evening and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're here at Brands Hatch for round 10 of the GTMC, and we know that because it's Tuesday evening and we usually are live with the GTMC on a Tuesday evening. So the random draw on Discord has drawn 5th, so I believe the person who finishes 5th takes pole, and then the grid reverses behind them. We are in the GR3 cars. There we see larger Ferrari, Bixbom. Barblixum, sorry, is in Psycho Sheep, subbing for him. Stigman there, leading the championship, but not by much. About 12, no, I don't think it was 12 points, I think it was 3 more points than that. We will go back to the table on the race pads. We've got there, Stigman is on 347 points, yeah, 22 points ahead of Homesick on 325, who didn't do well in the sprint race. Porsches, like they wanted to eat those tyres. But Kale did do, but then Elevate is only 11 points behind his teammate, but he only finished 1 place ahead of him. It's all to play for in this last final race of the championship of the GTMC. It's going to be sad. Here we go, Kale doing some super sliding, Homesick in the VRC Racing liveried Porsche. Very nice looking car that. So, there's a fancy shot of it blurring off in the distance, eh? PD, you outdo yourself sometimes. Elevate, this is 6th fastest, but you know, they're only just... He likes his brakes to the rear. Don't you all? The two Hyundais. I think they just don't want to drive those cars anymore. Don't even want to take them out in practice. There's that much hatred towards the Hyundai Genesis. There's Barblixum whipping it around. Brands Hatch GP going through Druids. Shall we do the corner thing if you want? It's going up to Graham Hill Bend, turn 3 along Cooper Straight after that. Oh my god, he's going so fast, he's going to be braking for Surtees, turn 4. Then we'll be going up Pilgrim's Drop. Why Pilgrim's Drop? Oh yes. And then going towards Hawthorne's Bend. Once around Hawthorne's Bend, we'll go on to the Derek Minter Straight. Oh, it's a very good straight. Some other bend, Westfield Bend. Dingledale, Sheen Curve, to Sterling's Bend, is it? He'd get in there somehow. And then we're all the way down. Why didn't they call this straight a straight? Onto Clark Curve, onto Brabham Straight. Oh, on this clearways, sorry. Real good. That's why I don't do the corner things. So Barblixum, fastest lap time with 22.282. The host has been asking if everybody's ready. Oh dear, he's bashed that up. He's bashed that up good. He's got engine problems, fender problems, suspension problems. He broke it. He'll be radioing in to Toyota saying my Supra's broken. Stigman mowing the lawn for the Brands guys. Matt Psycho, he's done a 23.37. Can't even see where he is. I wanted to... There we go. Well, we're starting the feature race, a 40-minute race. They have to pit. I'm pretty sure they have to use 2 different compounds. So we'll start on the grid. We've got to do all the business with taking numbers away. So that's your... Hey, Alpha is on the pole again. Matt Psycho 2nd, Kel 3rd, Elevate 4th, Barblixum 5th, Stigman 6th, Skyjacker 7th, Homesick 8th. Well, Alpha will be well pleased with that turnout. That's the only race he's won so far today. And there we go, we're looking down on the fields, waiting for the lights to go red. The Hyundais are great off the start. Watch Skyjacker at the back. There's easy. Oh, the 2 Ferraris trying to squeeze past the Toyotas. But there was no room for 2 Ferraris. They should have decided which Ferrari. After you, sir. No, after you. So, Alpha's maintained that lead. And Matt Psycho still in second. Stigman's jumped straight up to third. Ahead of Kale, Bar, Blitzum and Skyjacker, I believe. Oh, we've got a Toyota off. Got a Toyota off. It's Elevate. No, it's not Elevate. It's Kale. Kale, well, he's regained it. He's back on the game. Back on course. He's behind Homesick Alien. Homesick Aliens trying to have a look at the other Toyota, the Elevate. They're coming around 30s. Up ahead then. Alpha still leading the field, doing a fantastic job. Hopefully he'll take all memories of the first race out of his mind. Oh, we've got another Hyundai wide as hell out there. Where is he? Skyjacker. Oh, he wanted some road and then some. He wanted that that 4-lane motorway that they're always talking about building. Here we go. There's Alpha. He's leading. Matt Psycho by half a second. He's not pulling away from him. Matt Psycho has got pressure from Stigman. And then Bar Blitzum. These Ferraris look like they're doing well here at Brands Hatch. Looks like they like this track. We've got Elevate in fifth. And then Homesick sixth. Skyjacker is just about to get overtaken by Kale, it looks like. He's on the outside in Paddock Hill Bend. He's coming round. Going up to Druids. He's on the inside. He's got him. He's got him. Is it enough though? Skyjacker's carrying a bit of pace through the corner, but no, that's an overtake. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, Kale. So we've got one Hyundai at the back, one Hyundai at the front. Alpha Nut leading by 6-7 tenths nearly. Matt Psycho. He's still under immense pressure from the Ferrari of Stigman. Stigman will be wanting to finish his championship off with a win, I imagine. The way he started it in round one, winning both sprint and feature races. So Matt Psycho feeling that pressure at the moment from this man, this Ferrari driver. We should get him board with him. And we should get some of this up there. Whoosh, Stigman. So we're sat on board with Matt Stigman, chasing Matt Psycho. At less than half a second behind him. We can see Alpha leading the race. Every time Alpha goes through this first corner, his heart must be in his mouth. It must be after the feature race. I bet he's going through there a little more cautiously. He doesn't look like he's going through there any more cautiously, does it? He's slinging that Hyundai in there. I swore again, sorry. Trying my hardest not to swear on these things. So, we're already 3 minutes into this race. 2 laps done. We're on the back of Matt Psycho, but we think Matt Psycho may have just pulled in a little bit close to Alpha, maybe. Let's have a look. No, but we should have stayed on board with the Ferrari, shouldn't we? Behind him, Bar Blitzum, still in fourth. Homesick. Was Homesick in fifth? He wasn't ahead of Kale. Yeah, he was. Yes. It's Elevate. Elevate's disappeared. Elevate must have had an off. He's a little bit behind Skyjacker, so yeah. Oh no. Poor Elevate, that's not helping. Up ahead then, Alpha, ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho's still... Ooh, he's pulled a little bit out from Stigman. Stigman, he's given him a bit of breathing space. Wow. Whew. So, Alpha Nut still leading. Lap 3, we're on. We're ahead of the Porsche, Matt Psycho, by 8 tenths. Matt Psycho there is ahead of the Ferrari by 4 tenths, but that Ferrari we think is a lot faster. Bar Blitzum sat behind his teammate, Super Sub. It's 2 seconds behind the teammate, and Homesick there is 2 seconds behind Bar Blitzum and 7.5 seconds ahead of Elevate. Elevate's got ahead of all of them again. I'm missing something here. I don't know if these pitted. Are they new? Them Super Softs? Can't have pitted already, Kelly. I don't know. I don't know if he's pitted. There could have been some really early pit stops happening here. No one would pit on lap 3 of a 40-minute race, so I don't know what I'm talking about, and I have no idea of what's going on at the back of the field. I'm really sorry. I don't know. I thought Elevate was behind these two. I saw Kale get past Skyjacker, but no, I can't explain why Elevate mustn't have gone behind them two. He must have just gone behind Homesick. So I apologise for that if I led you to believe that Elevate was behind these two. Who knows? So, Alpha Nut, he's on super soft tyres. He's leading Matt Psycho by 0.6 of a second. So Matt Psycho, he's on softs. He's pulled him in a little bit. And he's dragging that Ferrari, who's also only on racing softs. Bad Lixom's caught right up to these guys. From being 2 seconds behind Stigman, he's now only 0.3 behind him. So it's tight up the front. Alpha will be feeling that pressure from the 3 cars behind him, a Porsche and 2 Ferraris, mate. All queued up, waiting for you. And there's the other Porsche. 3.3 seconds. He's done a 1:23.9 and a 1:24.2. Next to Barb Lixom's 23.4, 23.2, but Barb Lixom is on unbelievable pace at the moment. The other Ferrari's doing 23s. And Matt Psycho, he's done a 23.4 in his last lap, 23.7. And Alpha Nut also doing 23.6 and a 23.7. So he's only 0.3 ahead of Matt Psycho. It's all quite intense stuff here. Whoosh, second place. Sat on board second place in the last round, round 10 of the GTMC here at Brands Hatch GP. We're following the leader Alpha Nut in our Porsche. We're only 0.3 behind him. Whoa, oh, has he lost a little momentum out that corner? His back end stepped out of it. Matt Psycho's looking, he's only half a second ahead of the Ferraris. The little love tap, just to let him know he's there, because now Stigman's only a 10th behind us. If we look behind us, that is what it looks like when a Ferrari is hounding you. Wow. Going into Paddock Hill Bend, putting a little bit of space out, but those Ferraris are coming. Oh no! Looks like, oh, he's felt it in the corner, but he's holding it still. Matt Psycho's still holding that well. I think Stigman may have lifted because of the contact. I think Barb Lixon's probably under strict orders not to overtake the blue Ferrari. Under anything, you're not allowed to take points away from the blue Ferrari. You are subbing, and you are doing a fine job. Do not take points off the blue Ferrari. Wow. So that gave Alpha Nut a bit of breathing space. Whatever happened between the Ferrari and the Porsche, he's got a second now on Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho's only 0.3, 0.2 ahead of Stigman. Stigman will be looking to get past somehow, in some way, in the next lap or so, because he's hurting his lap times. He really is. And Alpha is starting to pull a little lead away, which will help. And you can see Homesick Alien in the background there is starting to pull him in. So there's Homesick, still 7.7 seconds ahead of Elevate, and less than 2 seconds behind these guys. There's no sign. Oh, two pitters. We've got the 2 Ferraris have both come in. They've come in, but it's a splash and dash. There's no fuel gone in, have they? Yeah, they may have fuel. Fourth. So we've gone on to super softs from the softs for both Ferraris. We probably have topped up, but not majorly. Homesick, yeah, I don't think they've really let much fuel go into that car. Alpha Nut, he's using his super softs up. He's still maintaining a good pace. He's 1.6 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho on the racing softs, also using his tyres. We're only on lap 7. We're nearly 10 minutes, we're 9 minutes into the race. Homesick is now only 2.4 seconds behind Matt Psycho. He can do something there. He can cause trouble from there. He really could, wiggling around pit stops and that. Matt Psycho had a great strategy in the last race. He stayed on the softs, more so than anyone else. He stayed out longer, I think. Or did he pit early? He did something different to everyone else, and he got the win. So, it could be a lot to do with strategy. Oh no, Alpha's got a penalty. He's got a half a second penalty. He's 1.4 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho will be looking to collect here. He'll be going past go. He'll be collecting 200 quid. Thank you very much. No, Matt's decided to pit. So the Alien. Alpha stayed out. Whoa, that was a close one, Alpha. Yeah, Stigman's now taken second place. He's 6.8 seconds. That's less than a pit stop behind Alpha. He's doing and he's just done an outlap really, so we can't tell what sort of pace he's on with these new tyres. Same with Blixen, but he's on a faster pace than his teammate. Matt Psycho's right out behind him. That was a splash and dash, wasn't it? That was just a whip some tyres on, get back out there, cover off the Ferraris, but he couldn't cover off the Ferraris. They got the undercut on him. Homesick's pitted as well. Homesick pitted, oh yeah, he did, we saw him. And he's still within 2 seconds of Matt Psycho. So the Ferraris, through their early pit stop, have jumped third place. And Alpha has got to be worried that they're looking to jump his position. Only 6 seconds behind him now. He's doing 24s, late 24 on his last lap. They're going to be, what, 21s with those super softs on? 22s maybe? They were doing 23s, mid 23s on the racing soft. Alpha's fastest was a 23.2 and they're half a second up on that at the moment. Down the fields, we should check it out. Homesick, pitted, Elevate, he must have pitted, I don't know. Alphanut's in, Stigman's taking the lead. Wow, Alphanut's dropped down a few places there. He's ahead of Homesick, he's behind Matt Psycho. Wow, let's all sit back and try and work this out. That's by position, isn't it? He's net fourth for staying out too long, but his tyres will last longer, but those Ferraris don't use them up as much so far. Oh no, in the background, Alpha on the new tyres, he went out wide. We've got Elevate coming round, he's backing up onto the track, he's getting back into the track. Oh, Kale is quite far behind from him there. Oh, heartbreak for Alpha. Oh, 2 races today that Alpha is probably feeling like, why bother? But it's because he's great a great racer, it's because he could put it on pole, it's because he led the first 8 laps of this race easily, and that's why you should bother and not let these small little things affect you or get in your way. You're still in 6th, you're still pitted, you're still in a great position. Best not to let your head go down. Skyjacker there is in last place on the super softs. There's 27 minutes left of this race, so that, let me quickly do my math, means we're 13 minutes in. Stigman is 1 second ahead of his teammate, but we expect there's going to be no racing from his teammate today. Not when there's a championship in at risk. So Blixen, it will be there just as a buffer to take points away from the likes of Kale or Homesick, which Homesick's down in 4th. He's a solid place. He's done a 23.1 on his last lap. He's just put some super softs on. He's holding that 2 seconds behind Matt Psycho in the other Porsche, the Parmalat Porsche. Parmalat Porsche, he did a 23.070 on his last lap. So these two's lap times are virtually the same. But I was wrong about the super softs. What did I say? The super softs, they said 22s. Yeah, 22.7. 22.9 is the pace. Ferraris are unbelievable. And I wouldn't even say that they're the most powerful car out there, because I've had a go in one of them and I find them to be a real handful in the corners. I feel that they're very hard to drive, So these guys, without ripping the tyres apart, maintaining this pace is a great job. The Logistical Nightmare Racing team from South Africa, they've really featured. Oh, Stigman was out wide. I don't think it's affected his race though. Matt Psycho doing a great job in 3rd. He always seems to find himself there. 3rd, 2nd, sometimes even 1st, like last week. Will he be looking to do that this week? You never know. He's in a great position to do it. Does he have a secret weapon? He's gone onto the super softs. Everyone went onto the super softs. I think it's the only way you could go. Up ahead, Stigman's to the second from Barblixham. Stigman's got the fastest lap with 22.6. Matt Psycho third. Homesick Alien in fourth. 2.6 seconds. He's losing touch with Matt Psycho now. Lost half a second on him in the last lap or two. Oh, this movement, Elevate and Alpha. Where did Elevate go? What's happened to Elevate? Did he have a big off? Or is it just... Maybe he's gone for a wee-wee. But Alpha not, up to fifth. He's 10 seconds behind Homesick. Still 24 minutes left of this race. There's still, you know, I think he's got a lot more pace than Homesick. So, you never know. He might be able to come back from a miss. And maybe even get in touching distance of the podium. So we saw Elevate ghosted for a second there. Don't know if he had an off, but it seemed like he dropped behind Alpha. I don't know if they're that comfortable in these Supras around Brands Hatch. Never driven one, so I couldn't say what the handling of them are like. Skyjacker in the Genesis. Not a great fan, but he's ahead of Kale. So it looks like today the Toyotas beat the Genesis, the Hyundai for worst car. Yeah, I'll show you, throw some of these. Whoosh, Skyjacker. You can't just take GTMC for Skyjacker's racing. You've got to turn up on a Thursday and watch us WRX Challenge, because last week Skyjacker and Homesick were in a battle for second place that I have to say has got to be some of the best racing I think I've ever seen in real life and sim. It was just stunning. But, you know, if you don't turn up Thursday to see it, you won't know, will you? There's Stigman in a second ahead of his teammate. Like we said, I think the team orders are fast and fixed in that team. He's a super sub. He's not allowed to take points from Stigman. That Psycho, a solid third. Solid third. He's pulled so much time away from Homesick. Really a lot more comfortable on these super softs. Homesick did put a bit more fuel in. No, not really. So Matt Psycho is very comfortable on the super soft tyres and has pulled away from Homesick. Alphanut was 10 seconds. He's only pulled a couple of tenths in to Homesick. It's a big ask to make that ground up. And like further back, like we said, well, these last four positions are all turmoiling cars, aren't they, really? We've got the Hyundai, the Toyota, the Hyundai, and the Toyota. So Kale's 6 seconds behind Skyjacker. He's on super softs. It looks like he made his pit stop on lap 10, so I think, I can't tell because it could be lap 7 and 8, and lap 10 must have been just a really bad lap. I apologise. I think they'd put sort of like a pit symbol next to the lap that they pitted on. There's a yellow flag. Someone's off. Someone's off. Can we see? Matt Psycho's in the lead. Homesick's in second. The two Ferraris must have pitted. Yeah, it looks like they've pitted again. I am so sorry. Looking at the back. So the two Ferraris have pitted. Let's put them behind Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho's out leading, 4.7 seconds ahead of Homesick. Homesick is now the fly in the Ferrari ointment because he's not letting them get past. And why should he? Homesick's tyres, I bet, are screaming. Not terrible, but yeah. So the Ferraris stuck behind. Alpha is in 5th. Elevate 6th. Kale's 7th. Sorry, it must have been Skyjacker that the yellow flag was for. So Kale's got ahead of Skyjacker, or unless he's pitted. Yes, he's pitted. I apologise. I said that once before about him having an off, and he sent me a message saying I'd pitted. Sorry, Skyjacker. And there goes Matt Psycho in, and Homesick's going to do the same. Very good. So the Ferraris are back into the lead with Stigman. He's only 2 tenths. He's only 2 tenths ahead of Barblixham. Oh, wait. What's this? But the button is so dark I cannot see. There we go. No, that's not worked. There we go. Sorry, Barblixham's 3 tenths. I'm going to get up and walk across the room and turn the light on. as I can't see the letters on the keyboard. Wow. Bob Lixom's 3/10 behind now. I honestly do not believe that they're allowed to race each other. So Bob Lixom, stand-in, super sub, super sub, super sub. Standing in for Psycho Sheep. Psycho Sheep having a 7-year-old birthday party for himself with balloons and little pointy hats, face masks, and I don't know, a magician maybe, clown. Whoa, Stigman was all kinds of wobbly there. Is he all right? He's still there. He's throwing down the gauntlet. We're halfway through now. We're over halfway through. 19 minutes into this race. Stigman is only 3/10 ahead of Bob Lixom. He really is throwing that car around. I'm saying there's team orders, but I don't think, maybe the way Stigman's driving that car, maybe there isn't. Maybe they're free to race. Maybe the terms of the logistical nightmare contract is, if you're super subbing, you can win. But look at these two. They're putting a show on for us, even if they're not racing. This is unbelievable. I'm getting back into this car. It's further down the field. We've got Matt Psycho's in third. Alphanut's jumped out. Homesick in fourth. I don't know if they're pitted. Elevate's now in the pits. So we'll see if his teammate Kale gets past him. At the moment we're just enjoying a bit of Ferrari loving here. They're racing each other. But yeah, we will look at Alphanut, see if he's pitted. No, he's still not pitted. That's why he's ahead of Homesick. Homesick has pitted, new boots, bit of fuel. Celebrating new boots by trying to wear them out while going sideways around the corner. Elevate we saw pit, and he stayed way ahead of his teammate. They've really spaced out at the back there. Oh, Skyjacker spinning up one time. Stigman still leading from his teammate, half a second now. They're fast and furious at it, these pair. And they are racing all the way to the end. Well, there'll be pit stops, I'm sure, those tyres. All that fuel will not last. And that Psycho, 6.6 seconds behind the Ferraris. He's pitted, put super softs on, topped up a little bit of fuel. They're all keeping their fuel low, I think, to save for tyre wear. And Alphanut has come in, finally. He's going to be out ahead of Elevate, easily ahead of Elevate, I imagine. Just wondering what tyres he's going to choose, and I think he's topping up quite a lot of fuel there. He has lost the place to Elevate, maybe. Oh, half tank, super softs. No, he's not ahead of Elevate. He's just about. Whoa! I don't know if he saw him, but he's backed off. Elevate's just continued on his way, but I honestly don't know if Alphanut was aware. Elevate was there when he was coming out of the pits. He came out of the pits with such a fury and gave him a huge knock. So, but he's 10 seconds ahead of Kale, 1.5 seconds behind Elevate. So there's a race on there. Up ahead, Stigman. Where's Bob Lixom? Bob Lixom's had an early pit. No, Bob Lixom's had an off. Yeah. Oh, Stigman's out wide. There's chinks in the Ferraris. We're seeing chinks in them. Why has he got numbers above his... Oh, yeah, they've all got numbers above their heads. It's the timer. Ooh. So Matt Psycho's up to seconds. We didn't see it. I could use the timer, but it's been 18 seconds. There's no way it'll be on there. So we don't know what happened to Bob Lixom. We can only surmise maybe he had an off. We're waiting for his lap time. They give us some weird... 32, so that does seem to be... Oh, there's another off. I saw a yellow. It's a yellow somewhere. I can't find who's off though. Alpha behind these. Oh, Skyjacker's parked up. He's put medium tyres on. He's catching up on his Twitter, Discord, and he's cancelled. He's gone. Oh dear. DQ'd. Car was totally effed. So Matt Psycho is in second place, 1.2 seconds ahead of Bob Lixom. Bob Lixom now is being chased by the Alien, who's 19 seconds ahead. Oh, we missed Alpha getting ahead of... Oh, we'll press it, but I don't think it'll be... No, the move's already made. I apologise, because I was watching Skyjacker, wasn't I? So, Elevate and Alpha, we missed that battle. Field's down 7 now. Behind Hyundai, blowing up in a blaze of glory. Its last outing with Skyjacker. I don't think we'll ever see him in that car again. Matt Psycho is going to feel a lot of pressure from Bar Blixen real soon, with 14 minutes left of this race. We're on lap 19. We're sat with Bar Blixen. I think we've sat in Bar Blixen's car the most this evening, because we are always sitting behind him. I'm surprised the front of that Ferrari isn't just like a carbon mat, like some sort of black soot. The amount he's been following his teammate, and now he's following Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho out on the marbles, but he's gained it up. Stigman will be loving this. Homesick in 4th, Kale in 7th. It all plays into his hands. Matt Psycho might be looking to make a couple of places up in the table at this rate. And trying to multitask. So Matt Psycho, 5th in the table. He's behind Elevate by 3 points. And Elevate's down 6th. So yeah, might be looking good for him. So let's have a look through the field, give him more fancy whoosh. So here we are, 13 minutes left of the round 10 at Brown's Hatch for the GTMC. We're watching Stigman making his way around on his 20th lap right now. He's had an amazing race. He's done a very fine job. Early pit stops again for those Ferraris, wasn't it? They do those early stops and they jump everyone. Matt Psycho there in 2nd. He was running around in 3rd. We assume Bar Blixen made a mistake and has dropped behind Matt Psycho, and he's not managing to come back at Matt Psycho. So that's good for Matt Psycho, with only 12.5 minutes left of the race. There will be more pit stops. Matt Psycho is very low on fuel, and so is Bar Blixen. Their pit stops probably will happen around the same time. The last time we saw them two, it was 8 tenths. It's down to 6 tenths. So Bar Blixen is making inroads into that gap between him and Matt Psycho. In 4th place, we see Homesick Alien, 6.5 seconds behind Bar Blixen. His pace is fine, at 23.9, 23.9, 23.1. Ooh, don't want to be going out there though. He's 18 seconds ahead of Alphanot, and now he's 7 seconds behind Bar Blixen. Alphanot started on the front of the grid in pole. He's getting hassled by Elevate. We're missing a race here, aren't we? I apologise. Oh, he's out wide trying to defend. He's lost the back end. Elevate's having to wait for him just in case it was something to do with him. It was hard to call. The angle wasn't good, but Alpha continuing on with Elevate just a little bit behind. Wonder if Skyjacker's watching. Wonder if he's got back to the pits by now. Big shout out for Skyjacker. His baby is on Thursday nights, WRX Challenge. Check it out. We're sat with Alphanot at the moment. Driving around ahead of Elevate. Only 3 tenths though. If we sit back there into Elevate's car and then we get inside that and give him a whoosh. Oh, there is an official comment from Skyjacker on the Discord. It says something about the track, I'm not sure. You'll have to join Discord and have a look. Through our website, www.virtualracersclub.co.uk. Follow your fun from there. It's easy to get around, have a read about our history, some of the racing we've held, and then there's a big red button that takes you through to Discord. It's easy to use, don't worry. There's loads of people there to help. We're sat on board with Elevate at the moment. So I honestly thought he was going to be having a bite at the rear end of Alpha. Whoa, up ahead we've got action. We've got Ferrari pitting, we've got Matt Psycho pitting. What's Homesick going to do? Is he going to try and stay out? He can't, can he, without fuel? He is. He's trying just anything. He stayed out for 1 extra lap. Give him a better stint for this last end here. So Ferrari of Stigman is out into 2nd. Bar Blixen looks like he's jumped Matt Psycho in the pits. Heartbreak for Matt Psycho. Oh, Matt Psycho came in ahead of Barblitzen, but somehow Barblitzen has jumped him. They've all put roughly half a tank of fuel in the tank. So they put half a tank of fuel in the fuel tank. Yes, Homesick will definitely be pitting at the end of this lap, so Stigman will be retaking the lead. Kale's in the pits. Matt Psycho somehow dropped fourth after the pits. Alpha Nut is fifth ahead of Elevate. He's looking like he needs fuel. Alpha doesn't, not yet. Here's Kale coming out 20-40 seconds behind his teammate. It's not been a fun race for the Toyotas. So Homesick leading. Let's give him one of them because he's been leading. He was leading for a lap. Now he's gone into the pits. Where will he come back out? I'm guessing behind Matt Psycho, ahead of Alpha Nut. So we're on board, well not on board, but we're watching the Ferrari of Stigman going around. He's 2.7 seconds ahead of his teammate. He had a great pit stop. His pit stop, he had a Matt Psycho, 06 ahead of Matt Psycho. He's come out the pits. He's come out the pits equal to Matt Psycho. Wow, he's been trailing him by 2 seconds for the whole race, but staying out there for those extra couple. Oh, there's knocking, there's nudging, there's all sorts of business. These Porsches don't know when to quit. Matt Psycho wants that third. Homesick wants to finish the season with a bit of glory. He wants a bit of champagne. He said, Matt, you had champagne last week. It's my turn. He's going for the outside line. There's no grip out there, Homesick. You be a brave man. Wow, shall we get in the car of this? So, Homesick's got fresher, stickier tyres. He's a little bit faster than Matt Psycho. He's there. I mean, Matt Psycho only pitted, what, two laps ago? So it's only a couple of laps of fresh rubber, but it's enough to give Matt Psycho something to think about. We're looking around the outside because Matt will always defend on the inside. There's no way of going up the inside of Matt. And now we're sat on board with Homesick. We're looking, we're having a rest for this complex corners, and we've got Alpha Nut only 1.6 seconds behind us. So we have to be careful. We can't race too much. I believe Alpha probably will have to pit before the end of the race. I don't know though. So Homesick is coming around again on lap 23, 24 to have another go at Matt Psycho. Wow, what did he do after his pit stops? He was too slow. A little nudge into Paddock Hill corner bend. Just looking around the outside of Drew. He's trying to get that inside line, but it's just not there. Where can he find anywhere? Where can he find a place to overtake this man? Send it to as an email. Answer on a self-addressed stamped postcard to Blue Peter about how Homesick Alien can get past Matt Psycho. That'll give the presenters something to scratch their heads about for a day or two. So up ahead we've got Stigman, the lead Ferrari, only a second ahead of Barblitzen. We don't believe Barblitzen will be overtaking Stigman to take points away from his championship. Matt Psycho still holding that third place, but Homesick has got something to say about it. He's coming at him again. Matt Psycho's tyres still look nice and fresh. They've both got the amazingly amount of same fuel on there. Matt Psycho's last time was a 24.5, and Homesick's was a 27.5, but it was an out lap, so it's hard to tell. Behind them, looks like Alpha Nut has pitted and come behind Elevate, so these two are racing. Oh, this is great, isn't it? 5 minutes left of the race and 2 races on. There's Homesick and they're alongside each other. Oh my god, they're in Druids, but there's no way, not the outside of there, Homesick. You can't get past him there. All you can do is irritate him. So he's looking for anything. I've got to get on board again. Oh no, we're on the wrong car, sorry. Right, we're sat on board with Homesick Alien. Alpha, we know that Alpha and Elevate are having a battle behind us. We will keep trying to flip between the two. Right, nothing happening here. Oh no, there's a bit of gap there, so we'll go back here. I'm sure the Ferraris are really close together. Oh no, we're still all right there. Oh, don't go out on that wide bit there. We'll go to the exterior camera. We'll put one of them up. Whoosh. We'll go back and have a look at Alpha on Elevate. It's not happening for him at the minute. Homesick is the closest. Bar Blixham. Oh look, the Ferraris trying to trick us into thinking they're racing. They might actually be racing. Oh no, where do I go? So, for the lead of the race, Brands Hatch, feature race, round 10 of the GTMC. After 10 weeks of racing, this is where we are. 40 minutes of this. Well, we're at 46 minutes. And Stigman's gone out wide. Bar Blixham is only 2/10 behind him. Matt Psycho is still ahead of Homesick Alien. And Elevate is still ahead of Alphanaut. So no one's moved yet. I know I'm probably missing a lot of racing all down the field. We've got the two Ferraris here, line astern. Oh my god. Just put 1 foot wrong. So Homesick, he's still only 8/10 behind. That's Psycho, he's not giving him as much trouble, and nor's Alpha. So yeah, looks like this is where the close call racing is, my friends. Let's go on Stigman. Whoosh. Leading Brands Hatch GP, round 10 of the GTMC. We've been everywhere this season. It's been great. From round 1 at Fuji, round 2 Nürburgring, round 3 Red Bull Ring, Styrian GP, round 4 Spa, round 5 Kyoto, round 6 Monza, round 7 Lago Maggiore, round 8 Interlagos, round 9 Suzuka, and now round 10 Brands Hatch. We truly have gone all over the place, around the world, from Japan to Europe to Brazil. It's been a ride watching these guys race. And here we go, we've got Stigman and Super Sub Bar Blixham in a race. Matt Psycho seems to have shaken off his alien problem for the time being. 23.7 for Homesick Alien on his last lap, and a 23.2 for Matt Psycho. So Homesick did all he could to shake Matt Psycho up a bit, but it just was not worth it. It did not work, I mean. I just had this horrible thought that I hadn't unmuted the mic, and I've just spent the last 40 minutes talking to nothing, and I'm still not sure because I don't know how my son's headset works. So I hope I'm talking. Oh no. I don't even think I'm out talking to anyone, am I? I've been on mute all this time, looking around. Stigman is leading the race by 0.6 of a second. So Stigman is leading half a second from Bar Blixham. Bar Blixham is in second. He's been chasing him all of this time. All this time he's been chasing him there the whole race virtually. 40 minutes following that man. It's been crazy. I tell you what, I've just opened YouTube and I am on there, so thank God. That was a close one. Whew. They should never have let me over on VRC channel. They should have kept me over on Thingamajig, shouldn't they? There we go. Podium place for Matt Psycho so far. There's less than a minute for this race to go. I don't even think, will they get across the line in time? Yeah, they should do, shouldn't they? Yeah, I think the Ferraris get across the line to do another lap. Matt Psycho maybe, maybe not. Homesick, 2 seconds behind. Elevate, oh, he managed to stay ahead of Alphanaut. Alphanaut had more pace than he put softs on. Yeah, he tried to, oh, Elevate might have to start lifting his accelerator and yeah, he's gear changing quite early. He's not letting that car rev up too much. So Alpha still might, then Alpha's flashing now. It's hard to say. That's a race of who can go slow fast. So there we go. We've got the Ferraris have got across the line in time. Is anyone now So it will be Elevate coming across to finish 5th ahead of Alphanut. Well done, Elevate, Alphanut. Lovely finish there. And he never has to drive that Hyundai anymore. There's Kale coming round. Woeful race for Kale. Toyota was not fun at Brands. The Ferrari, on the other hand, looked like it was a delight. Oh, their fuels are running out, but they've got it easy. They're going to bring it home. They've got 13 seconds on Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho, they're all their fuels are flashing. But I think it's safe to say this is the finishing order. So Stigman coming round on his last lap. It's been an absolute delight commentating on GTMC. I believe this is where I started. I started in the championship as a contender, and I just wasn't. My accelerator pedal on me G29 was warbling. Hey up, nice photo finish there from the boys. Well done, LG Logistical Night LNG Logistical Nightmare Racing. Well done to Stigman, Barblixham, Matt Psycho. Another fine podium for the GTMC. Well done. And Homesick 4th. Well done. So Elevate in 5th, Alphanut in 6th, Gale 7th, and Skyjacker's car absolutely exploded, and so you'll never see that Hyundai again. Victory goes to Stigman, and I think it's safe to say he's won the championship of the GTMC. I'm pretty sure we can say that. So there he goes. There's your final positions. Stigman, Barblixham, Matt Psycho, Homesick Alien, Elevate, Alphanut, Kale, and then Skyjacker. The fastest lap was by Barblixham with a 1:21.973. That's been the GTMC, your Tuesday nights. For the last 10 weeks, we've had an absolute blast here at the Virtual Racers Club. We've enjoyed doing this. It's all been brand new, broadcasting and commentating. Something we've never done before. There's been some ups and downs, been some dodgy mics. There's been some dodgy internet connections, but we've ploughed through. We've done the GTMC broadcast. We've broadcast the Max 5 season, and we're at the moment currently broadcasting the WRX Challenge on Thursday evenings. So come and join us on Thursday nights, live, to see some Subarus going wild in the mud. Join us on Saturday, I think, from the 8th of August for Season 3 of the Max 5 Championship. 6-week, nice short 6-week championships, nice and easy. And then watch out for Friday nights, sometime, I think, mid to late August. We'll be airing the qualifying for Le Mans one Friday evening, and then the following Friday evening we'll be broadcasting the 2.5-hour race of Le Mans. It's going to be beautiful. The cars, I've seen some of the liveries, they're looking great, and qualifying is going to be intense, so keep an eye out for that, because that'll be coming on a Friday. And join our Discord via our internet, www.virtualracersclub.co.uk, and join Discord. There's all types of things signing up all the times, and if there isn't a league signing up, there's usually a lobby opening just for practice and fun. So come along, join us all, and I will see you hopefully on Thursdays, because there's no more Tuesdays. I'm running out of nights to do this now until Max 5 come back on Saturday, so it's just Thursdays. Catch me here at the VRC channel for the WRX Challenge. It's been fantastic doing this for you guys, and I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. Well done to Alphanut and Skyjacker for coming up with the GTMC and co-hosting it, with the duties that involved, all the stewarding, the tables. It's a lot of work, and they've done a fantastic job to bring us an amazing championship. So thanks to those guys. Okay then, that's me, Clive Pilkey CC Enton, signing off again. Thanks for watching. I actually saluted when I said thanks for watching. You didn't see it, but I saluted, so appreciate that.